Oh, let's make sure we're on the microphone. Yep. Hi, friends. Hi, everybody. I'm back. I'm live again for the third time this week. Excuse me, I put a cough drop in my mouth and did not realize how close we were to starting. Okay. Hi, Ashley in the Central Coast of California. We are on Love All the Lives. Me too, Sabrina. The more that I think about it, the more. Oh, is my microphone muted? Can you hear me? I am Kate, and I have a phone call with you today. Okay. Hi, Kathy in East Tennessee. Yeah, I got a mag. This is retro Magnawave. Back when people used to call and yell at me that this wasn't the letter, this M wasn't an M, but it was in cursive. And they didn't know cursive, so. And it was 2 words. But it's Dress Down Friday. I am Elaine Pauly. This is the Energy Exchange podcast, technically. But as a female business owner, I am wanting to connect with other business owners and answer questions and collaborate. And the point of the energy exchange is to exchange energy. So there's a couple things that people tell me about me a lot. And they'll say, your energy is, and I don't know. People are like, how do I get that energy? Like, sometimes really rude people will be like, how much coffee have you drank? Or I want what you're on. And this is just who I am. Okay. Like, I don't know any other way but to be myself. And myself is a lot. So I get told a couple things. And that is my energy is a lot and that I'm loud. Okay. Loud. So, what I want to talk about today is the importance of, first of all, what's going on at Magnawave and Orwell and how you can save $8,000, because the sale that I'm doing right now almost had a riot happen, but within the business, but I'm in charge, so it's okay. And they're okay with it, but it's by far the best sale that I've ever done ever. And it is an excellent way for you to see some wonderful equipment. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Nova HD and the prostate study that we've completed, because I think you guys have to understand the power of what has happened with this machine and why it is so valuable. Number 2, I would like to go over the core values of my businesses. I think as a business scales, core values are so very important. Like, what is important to me and what the companies operate on is so paramount. And you may say, well, it's just me and my business, or it's me and my spouse, or it's just me and one person. We don't really need core values. You need them now because it sets the foundation for your growth. So there's a couple things that you need to understand when you start a business, and it's not a business plan. Okay. I'm going to be very controversial. I don't do business plans. A lot of people do. I find them very restricting because the way my brain works and the way that I get inspired about things, it is not that way. I find it very useful for the people who are it's useful for. But for me, what I like to establish is what I like to call the foundation of any good business. And that is, where do we want to be? Like, what is the goal from here on up? What are the steps to get there? And then what are the things that are needed to make the concrete for the foundation? And that is understanding your target audience, understanding where you make money, and then also having a set of core values. So I really want to talk about that today and why that's important no matter how big or small your business is. Okay. So Elaine Pauly, here we go. Elaine Pauly, you have always been wide open since I've known you. I mean, I'm going to tell you like I see it, okay? And Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but I had a guy ask me I was speaking at a university and he said to me, "How do you keep yourself, like, how do you set an example for your company in business that you are so I'm trying to remember the exact word he said. Um business is like above board. How do you keep your business above board?" And I said to myself, "Well, it's really easy. If you're above board in every aspect of your life, you don't have to you don't have to pretend to do anything. You don't have to try to be above board. If it I think of it like this. A business is a lot like a marriage or a relationship, okay? You are in a relationship with the people you work with. You are in a relationship with the people that are buying product for you. And I've been married 20 years in June, and I've realized that marriage it's not easy for anybody. Just like starting a business is not easy for anybody. But if you are the person that is stands by that you're married and you operate in that realm, if there's no chance that anything is ever going to happen, I am who I am and my life is around this person, and no matter what happens, I'm working with them and I'm loving them. There is nobody's going to trick me into do anything or try to hold anything against me because there's no reason to, right? Like, you have to go into business knowing that if I do everything following my own core values and what I believe is right, no one can ever do anything to change what other people think of you, because what you're doing is always above board. And I'm also realizing that not everybody operates like that. People have several different sides. And it's important, as my attorney would say, to trust but verify everything. So I just want you to keep that in mind as you go through business, especially since on our last live we had someone ask the question about getting into a business relationship with a barn, and that the percentage split was ridiculous and the negotiating part was hard. And I find that women, especially in business, struggle with the negotiations. They struggle with what has perpetually been told to us, and that is to be kind, to be nice, to make people feel comfortable. Women are very much, we are used to the smile and the, yes, whatever you need. Okay, how can I be helpful? And it is extremely hard to get out of that. But what I found is I can still be that, but be honest and clear that this does not match with my goals. And this relationship that I'm building with, whether it be an investor, whether it be a vendor, whether it be a customer, has to be beneficial on both sides. So having those conversations for women is extremely difficult, and men. There are men that struggle with that, but women do, I think, a little bit more just because of our society and the way that we've been raised. Okay, let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, this is so sweet. I've been inspired by you since I first interacted with you at MagnaCon 2018. Thank you. Oh, I love that. Let's see. Jessica Hall, I missed out on what is in the sale. Any chance a Zoom paddle is in that sale? Maybe for you, it could happen. Okay, so right now, here's the deal. If you buy any machine that is has a retail price over $10,000, so this is the Oraway that's about 12,000. So if you get this machine, this is the only high power FDA cleared consumer device in the world, consumer PEMF device in the world. Then you get this machine, which is the value of $8,000 for free. That's insane. Okay. So if you buy this, you get this. And let me tell you why that's happening. First of all, I'm going to show you guys something really quickly so you can see it. Let me pull it up here. All right, let me share my screen. Okay. So, share screen. Okay, so let's see. So here is the basics here that you could see, where Aura Wellness announces breakthrough PMF technology for prostate health with 27% size reduction in clinical case study. This is on Yahoo. You can find this by just Googling Aura Wellness and prostate study. So if you want to share this on your social medias, if you have an Aura device. So this is talking about groundbreaking research demonstrating the effectiveness of its pulse electromagnetic field technology in treating benign prostatic hypertrophy. The study, published in the Journal of Regenerative Medicine and Biology Research, showed an average 27% decrease in prostate size over 30 days with no adverse effects. Okay? Now, many of you are probably saying to yourself, what machine did you all use for that? And tell me more about this study. So I'll post a link to this study in the comments. But again, just Google Aura Wellness prostate study, and let's start sharing this on our social medias. Okay, this is groundbreaking research here. I just posted it in case you wanted to share, if you wanted to see it. Okay, so when we did that study, you guys, we used this. We use this. 30 days, okay? And every single person who's watching this that owns a piece of equipment that I have either sold or manufactured has a very strong machine, okay? And they feel it. This is not as strong, okay? I like to call this in the Spiro the Beamer beaters, okay? This is by far the greatest machine in terms of portability, low power. If you have somebody that's familiar with Beamer, somebody who loves a Beamer or wants to get a Beamer or wants something like this, but they want something made in the United States, 10-year warranty, still high power, runs the same attachments as your machines that you use now, this is it. And I don't think anybody realizes how incredible this device is. And what's very interesting is when we were looking at the magnetic field output and the frequency and the Gauss, and I could go in, we're going to have a whole nother conversation more in depth at MagnaCon about this. And I will share that with everyone in the world to watch. But the way that the energy is delivered in this machine, it is not you don't feel it because of the frequency like you do when you're using the other machines, but the amount of energy that's delivered is comparable to the Aura Wave or Semi 10. Okay. So the feeling is different. The energy delivery is not. Okay. And what's beautiful about that is when you are a practitioner, okay, and you have to go through the training and educate yourself and become certified and keep up with it, you use a tremendous amount of that knowledge when you're doing treatments. And renting out a machine to somebody is scary because you're like, I'm not there. How are they knowing how to use it? Then they're just going to want to buy a machine and use it themselves. And, they're worried. Okay. You're worried. But what's amazing about this device is it's not strong enough that you will have anyone that's ever uncomfortable. Okay. That's great. It can be used every day for longer periods of time. Also good for you. And it is simple to operate. And you can give them a very easy protocol, okay? And I'm going to write the protocol. I'm going to tell you right now, get your pens out. Here's your protocol for everything across the board. Anything that has itis in it, anything that has any issues whatsoever. You take the coil, and in this case, it comes with the large loop. I got so many coils on the ground of my office. It's like I don't know, it's like a snake pit over here, okay? Like there's just so many coils, but that's how I live, right? Looks like my house too. Okay, so this is the attachment that comes with it. This is the core attachment. This is my love, whatever, wherever the issue is. So let's say it's my shoulder. You put the coil on the body. You turn it up to a comfortable setting. You leave it on for 30 to 45 minutes, and you can move it around at that setting and turn it up or down, just like you would if you had like a massage gun and you were doing it and you felt good, so you moved it over here. I want you to think about it like that. And you could write this out. I want you to put the coil on the area for 10 minutes every day at the strongest setting that's comfortable. And then I want you to move it to these areas. You could write that out, guys. 30 minutes twice a day, or no more than 1 hour a day. And then make yourself available by text, okay, for them. What I recommend that you charge for this, okay, is $250 a week, okay? So if you charge, $250 a week, so that's $13,000 a year. Let's just say you rented it out every week for a year, okay? This machine is $8,000 usually. So you've already paid for it in your first year, but right now it's free when you buy another machine. So if you buy another machine, you're getting this that can make you $13,000 a year if you rent it out. And you can even make more than that doing other sessions or charging more, or if somebody gets into monthly rentals. You guys, the revenue on this is stupid. The opportunity with this is stupid. And here's the thing, you're probably thinking, yeah, but I can't feel it. My customer can't feel it. It doesn't matter because that prostate study, again, let's look at it one more time as a group. Hold on. Groundbreaking research. 27% decrease in prostate size over 30 days with no adverse effects. How many men right now are suffering from something like this? I'll tell you, 80% of men by the time they turn 80. 80% of men by the time they turn 80 are dealing with this same issue. That's everyone you know. The problem is not that you can't feel it as much. It's that you have to believe in it and you have to be able to speak to it and you have to advertise. Who do you love that has a prostate issue? I'd love to get this to them. Available now for X amount of dollars a week. Imagine if you charge $55 a session, $125 a session. I don't care what you charge a session. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is when you break it down what that $250 is, that's like 5 sessions for human use. But you're giving it to them so they can do a session on their brother, their dad, their wife, their sister, their cousin. It doesn't matter. They can do sessions in their house and their dog or whatever. And they can, for that $250, they're getting 50 sessions, right? Whatever they want to do that week. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to go back up here. Okay, Mary Beth says, I didn't know Beamer was in the human division. Thought they were on animal only. Well, they used to be just human. Then they went to animal. And then at some point, the FDA shut them down for like a year because of some stuff. I don't know why. I'm not going to speak on that. But now I guess they're going back to human. And the bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. Our machines are better. Okay, there we go. Jen. So informative. My husband has prostate issues. 80% of men do. 80%. Guys, that article alone, if you post that and say, I have this groundbreaking technology, that's a direct quote from Yahoo. I have groundbreaking technology here in our town. Whoever you love with no adverse effects, who in your family needs this, comment there, tag them below. Post that on social media today. Post that article on social media today and say, tag the person you love who has prostate issues and let them know that this is here. Let's see. Let's call out those people. Okay, will you send a list of horses out that are MagnaWave horses for the Derby? God, I forgot. I forgot to do that. Yep, I will. I'll work on it this weekend. How's that sound? Hi, Kristen. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is about business. I had a new barn owner try to swindle me out of my entire riding school business. I walked away real quick. You have to understand, trust but verify. Majority of the time, everyone is out for themselves. Everybody doesn't operate business above board. And here's quite frankly the truth. Nobody cares about you. Nobody gives a shit about you. Excuse my French, but they don't. If you believe that anybody is ever doing anything for your best interest, I learned the hard way that they are never doing that. Okay. Majority of the time, especially in business, they are doing it for their own interest. What I like to be is clear what my interest in every deal is. I like to be upfront. This is what I want to get out of this. And this is what I think is best for me. What do you think is best for you? And what do you want to get out of this? And let's just be radical candor. Let's be honest. Let's talk about this. Let's see how we can work together to both benefit. But a lot of times they're going to make it seem like, well, we're not going to buy a machine and we're not going to do this and this. So if you want to be part of this, if you don't want us to buy a machine and do all of this stuff, then you have to take our deal. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And here's the thing. Do you know how many trainers have called me, equine horse trainers, and said, I'm going to get a machine. I don't want to pay my practitioner anymore. And I say to them, okay, fair. Let's talk about what it's going to take you, because it's not just the price of the machine. Do you have a groom that's going to learn it? Do you have somebody in your barn that's going to learn it and operate it correctly? Because just having a machine does not make success, right? You have to know how to use it correctly. Okay, great. Do they have time to work on all the horses you want worked on every week? And are you or are you going to have to hire somebody else and bring them in? Now let's do the math on all of that. Never does it work out in their favor. It really doesn't, unless they have a kid who needs a job that like their kid and they're looking, okay, fine. That might work out because then you're investing in your child. But a lot of times they do the math and they're like, I should just stick with my practitioner. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, because you don't want to do all the work yourself, guys. They don't. And they don't want to hire somebody and they don't want to train them and they don't want to deal with employees. So you got to think about this. Like, somebody just buying a machine does not equal success for them. And majority of the time, they don't realize how important you are in the equation. The Aura and the Nova are the human machines, correct? What does that mean, human machines? That means that they have been FDA cleared for improved blood flow and inflammation reduction. So, any indication, that's what I want you to think about in your head. Would improved blood flow and inflammation reduction help this condition? You do not have to call us and ask us, my friend, my dog, my human person that I love has this issue. Whatever the issue is, I want you to look at it, read about what it is, and think, okay, if this person had better blood flow and reduced inflammation, would that make this problem go away? Majority of the time it will. So you don't need to do a ton, like I don't have to research any itis. It could be, magnowavitis. I don't care what it is, right? It doesn't matter to me. Itis means swelling. Okay. That's inflammation. So I usually know that if there's an itis on the end, Orwell will help. Okay. So keep that in mind. That's going to allow you to answer with confidence. When somebody says to you, my brother has Duodonkaitis. Okay. Duodonkaitis is serious. And you're like, hold on, let me look at my group and see if there's any research. You look that up and it's basic swelling or inflammation of an area of the body. There's no blood clots involved, none of that. Guess what? Improved inflammation reduction, improved blood flow. It's going to help that. Duodonkaitis. Goodbye. Okay. Are there state regulations using the Aura machines on other people? I love this. Or need to be supervised by a licensed medical professional, or okay, just as practitioner? Kim, great question. First of all, I'm going to separate two things for you, okay? Animals in the United States are not regulated by the federal government. So any type of veterinary medicine or animal usage is not regulated by the federal government, okay? So we have federal governments and then we have state governments. So whatever is regulated by the federal government trumps everything, okay? Whatever is regulated, I didn't mean it about Donald Trump. I meant the word like that, okay? Federal government is above everything. Whatever they regulate, and the state has to adhere, right? So then the state governments have the ability to set their own rules. So the FDA is the federal's regulation of human machines and drugs, okay? So the FDA says, okay, this machine right here is FDA cleared, meaning that it's safe to use for these types of indications. And that means, so this is Class 2, meaning it's a medical device. There's 3 classes, 1, 2, and 3. This is Class 2, okay? Inflammation reduction, blood flow improvement device for humans to use without a doctor prescription. So that means over the counter. Class 2 OTC, over the counter device, meaning can be used at home by any consumer, meaning you as a practitioner, okay? Animals are not regulated by the federal government. So each state has to regulate PEMF in its state. That's where our problem comes in. So for veterinary, there's the AVMA. That is a group. It's not run by the federal government. They put recommended rules down to the states. The states can decide to adopt them or decide to not with their vet board. So the states say, well, we don't know anything about this PEMF thing. We don't know anything about massage. We don't know anything about this. So we're going to say, if you're touching an animal, it's veterinary medicine. We are going to say you have to work under the care of a veterinary because we are refusing to educate ourselves. I hate to say that, but they're not educating themselves on the modality. And they don't know what to say. So they just say it's veterinary medicine. So you have to work under a veterinarian. The United States FDA has said that this is fine for humans to use at home by themselves safely. So, no. Are there regulations for using the oral well machines on other people? No, anybody's allowed to buy it and use it. Okay. However they want to use it. If you are a business providing any type of device, it's very recommended that you get liability insurance and go through all that. But there is no regulations, and it's regulated by the FDA. Or do they need to be supervised by a licensed medical professional? Again, you're referring back to horses. Horses are regulated like that. Each state regulates different, or animals are regulated like that. So the way PMF was classified prior to December 2nd, 2025 was class 1 devices like Beamer were considered low power mats, are just massage devices. They have to be registered. Not even Beamer. That's a bad example. A lot of them they say they're class 1 massage devices, things like even the big, strong yellow box machine, that name I'm not going to say. That machine is considered what they have decided. They have self-decided that this is a class 1 massage device. It's energy medicine. It's not a medical device. That's what they say. I disagree. I think all high power PMF is technically a medical device. And so I went to the FDA and said, all right, you have class 1, and then you have class 3 devices, which are $150,000. We're talking MCELA. We're talking transcranial magnetic stimulation. These are devices that the FDA says you have to be under the care of a doctor. Okay. So we have class 3 and class 1. Well, Orwell's machines didn't fall in either of these realms. So they reclassified. We are the first machine in that category as class 2 over-the-counter devices, like I just explained. So yes, class 2 means yes, it's a medical device. Yes, it does stuff to the body. We could prove that. It does help with inflammation reduction and blood flow, but it's safe enough to use at home. So I don't understand why hopefully, and my goal and Lauren Fager's goal and Dr. Jerry Dreesen's goal is to now take this information, show it to a lot of the veterinary boards with the help of you all, to help us go and show the veterinary community, like, the FDA is saying this is safe. Why aren't you? Why are you putting it in this category of dangerous? I hope that helped. Okay. How was the coil applied for the prostate treatment? I haven't seen any of mention of where it was used in the studies. They took the large loop and they sat on it. That's it. Very simple. I don't know why I can't go any further here. I think we all have magnoavitis. I know. I was definitely diagnosed with that thing. Hi, Kate in Evansville, my hometown. I have both the full body travel mat and the Wave Oasis mat. Is the coil strength similar in both mats? Well, okay. So the full body travel mat is thinner. It's foldable. It's got way less stuff in it. So no, they're not the same strength, because you have to understand that, first of all, the full body, the Wave Oasis mat is much longer. The full body travel mat is 3 different mag energy mats. It's 3 mag energy mats connected to each other. So yeah, the coils are laid out differently in both of those. And because of the amount of cushion in the full body in the chair, the Wave Oasis chair is thicker, right? So it's going to be harder for that magnetic field to get through it. But you're getting very similar amounts of magnetic field in both of them. They just feel a little bit different. I hope that made sense. I don't know if I did. I'm on a roll today. Yeah, they're not going to regulate. They're not going to regulate human devices. Kathy. The revenue for renting a machine is so great. My Spiro Click paid for itself in less than a year. My Semi 10 that I bought late last year is going to pay for itself this year. My advice is you have to have people asking about renting a machine. Just buy a smaller machine. You won't be disappointed. Kathy, I'm going to put it up one more time. Guys, I know that I'm asking you to buy something else. Okay. I realize that doesn't feel like a great way to get more money, to spend more money. But if you aren't actively marketing that you rent out PMF devices, that you rent out oral wells, that you have a MagnaWave for humans that you can rent out, if you are not actively marketing yourself and renting these machines out, you are missing. You are leaving hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of dollars on the table. Just like Kathy said, she paid for her machine in a year. Right now, you could get 2 machines for the price of 1. You could have 2 $250 machines, 200. Hold on, let's just do the math. Okay. So let's say you rented it out at $850 a month, okay? Which is what we charge for rentals. If you were to rent it out $850 for 1 month, that's $10,200 a year, all right? Now, let's say so that's $20,400 in revenue if you rented it out every 2 machines every month for the whole time. $20,000 in revenue. Now, you have to think, if I give you $1, okay, and you give me back $2, right? I'm happy, right? I am asking you to give me $1 and I'm going to give you back 5. Guys, when I talk about this with other business people, they're like, "What are you doing? This is crazy." I'm like, "It's great for the practitioners. This is what I'm trying to really do." And I could rent these machines out myself. I do try before you buy, and that's 1 month rentals, guys. But that's it. At the end of that 1 month, you either buy or you send it back. Okay. I don't do month to month rentals, but I could. But I don't, because I want you to. I need you to do that. That is where your revenue comes from. This is where we get more people trying this. This is how we make you successful. This is the accessibility. You guys, we have all of the waivers in the media library. I mean, I've given you everything you need. All you have to do is believe in yourself that you can do it. Put yourself out there. Start the process of marketing it, tracking it, doing it yourself, and it will work because we all know the machines work. Come on, guys. Like, I really want everyone to understand, if your mindset is, I need to be doing the sessions and only when I'm doing the sessions am I making money, what happens when you get sick? What happens if you don't feel well? What happens if something happens and you can't, what if you had 5? I know one practitioner, she's got like 6 rentals. And that's basically all she does. She's just mailbox money and traveling to places with palm trees. I'm full of energy this week. I'm full of energy like this every week. Was the study extended longer than the 1 month for the prostate study? No, we just wanted to, right now, I am looking to get, I'm trying to get a grant to take it larger. But no, we wanted to show how quickly this machine works. Hi, Katie in Minnesota. Janelle, have you started the process of getting the Aura machines? And we call it Aura Well now, guys. AURAWELL, one word. Approved by Health Canada, or are you planning to? I'm done. So that's one of the reasons I'm looking for VIPs to come to MagnaCon. I'm looking for people to participate in MagnaCon. I'm going to put the MagnaCon thing up. I'm looking for people to come to MagnaCon and do the VIP. I'm looking for affiliates, partners who want to help me expand into Canada. If you're interested in coming to MagnaCon and learning more little pieces of wisdom, and learning, we have created an entire course around yoga. You guys, I don't know how to say this, but that you're going to believe me. I feel like everything that we've worked on okay, pull myself together. Everything that we've worked on for the last 10 years, culminates at MagnaCon this year. It is, I've held out on things that we could have announced and done and moved forward with because I want to do it in this way where I can give it to the practitioners first. where that we can learn together and grow together, and it's going to be great. It's going to be so good for anybody who I knew you'd come with Kleenex. Thank you, Heather. It's going to be so great because there is so much knowledge to share with you all, and so much, and when I do it other ways, or when we talk about it other ways, I didn't it's harder for me to get the point across except doing it all at once. And we didn't know if we would ever get FDA clearance. I didn't know if Orwell would ever get it. I mean, we had some bumps in the road, but getting it December 2nd took everything full bore. Like the relationships that we built, the community, the just steps forward with some of these projects that we're working on. Like there's no better place to be right now than to be a practitioner who can take this and run with it in your community. There isn't, you guys. Like you're on the ground floor of something that is about to just take off, and we've worked so hard, and the team here has worked so hard, and I just want everybody to realize, like, these aren't just things that I'm announcing because it's like, oh, this is cool information. These are ways for you to genuinely go out and add to your business and make revenue in your community in ways that we've never been possible before, ever. Like you haven't been able to go into a hospital. You haven't been able to go into a skilled nursing facility and truly partner with them, with your business, and make something amazing happen where you're working with hundreds, if not thousands of people, like going into these workout facilities. Like what we're building and what's coming is going to be so incredible for you all that, like, I just want you to understand that I'm not doing this for the company or for anybody, but for you guys too. Like this is such a great opportunity. So if you're not going to spend the $225 to do the virtual MagnaCon, then we're probably not worth. It's not worth it to you to spend that amount of money. But I promise you, the cost of virtual, like, just don't go out to eat a couple times, and you could change your life with this. Like we are making these things as affordable and accessible as possible. And don't say I didn't warn you. Like I didn't tell you that what's happening is going to be great, because it is. And if you want to be in it, you've got to get virtual tickets. You've got to go. And today I'm going to give away a virtual ticket to somebody who wants to win one. So you can either, if you already have a ticket, you could keep it and you could share it with somebody else. If you don't, it's an extra entry to win a machine. But if you don't already have a ticket, then I'm going to give one away today. Would the sitting on the mat for the prostate be okay? Yes, Jen. That's fine. Any attachment is fine. It could be the mat, the Zoom paddle, the large loop, any attachment. Okay. We had a ton of success with the paddle on prostate, as in 2 no longer needed surgery, and PSA decreased tremendously. Love our PMF and my magnitis. Corey, that's right. So a lot of times we just did the large loop with this study because it's what comes with the machine, the Nova HD, and it's the easiest for us. So we wanted to make it but like you guys, any attachment. My dad uses the Zoom. I've used the Zoom for incontinence in myself and vaginal rejuvenation. I love the Zoom paddle for that. If you are interested in, Zach, I don't know if you're here, but if you could maybe put up the link or a QR code to the Zoom paddle on the website, that would be cool. Okay. My hubby doesn't trust people enough to rent them out. Mary Beth, can I tell you, I rent out, first of all, for $60 a month, you could get insurance, and if the machine doesn't come back, and you could bake that into your thing, it's covered. So if the machine is broken or stolen, it's covered. We have insurance that will cover the machine for you to rent it. Okay? And you need to do this because so there was a point in time where we get machines stolen. It happens, okay? And at one point I was like, man, this is making it so I don't even want to rent them out anymore. Like, what do I do? Like, people suck, and I was letting all of the negative people affect the company and my mental health with it. But I did the math and I realized it was 0.02% of my overall sales. 0.02%. It wasn't like it seems like a lot whenever you're looking at the dollar amount of what's been stolen. But what I realized is that like when I compare it to the amount of people that we've helped and the amount of people that wouldn't have purchased because they didn't get to try it, it's worth it. Okay. Oh, there's a Zoom pedal link. Hold on. Hey, Slack that to me. I want to put it in I want to put it in a QR code. Which insurance name is the $60? So Christy, if you want to do it, go into the portal, go to insurance. It's Kathy Seacha's company, leasing specialists. And I know that seems like you're leasing equipment, but she has a program for you to be able to rent the machines out and she covers your machine. And we've only had one person have to use it, and that's because I think a horse stepped on it. And it got like their semi 10 got stepped on and it broke. And so we ended up having to the insurance paid us and we replaced the machine for that person, for that practitioner. I'm sorry I cried. Okay, what let's see. Yes, I did. Yes. I've had 3 children. I'm not gonna go TMI, we can talk about it in MagnaCon, girl. Um, let's see. The Zoom paddle and box has helped me so much with my horses with hoof problems and abscesses. I went into a barn about 12 years ago. I had a friend that was a trainer and he was not wanting to buy a machine. He didn't believe in it. And I said, "What is your hardest problem?" He was like, "This abscess is on these horses. If you can fix that abscess, I'll buy it." And this is when we had the Max machine, or no, just the Julian. It was just the Julian. I had just started selling it. And I took the Zoom pedal and I magnawaved the hoof. And I think I pulled the abscess out in about 8 minutes. And yeah, he put his money where his mouth is and he bought 2 machines that day. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I would love for you all to be there in person. So not only do we have MagnaCon guys, but we also have hands-on training in Louisville every single week in the spring, summer, and fall. So if you would like to come in, hold on. Let me no, hold on. I want Heather, can you Slack me or can you chat me the link to the Zoom paddle? Here, I'll just get it myself. I got it. All right, let me put this up. Oh, he did? Okay, I'm not Slack. I meant the private chat, but it's okay. I got it. I got it. I got it. Hold on. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put this up so you guys can just really simply use it. Hold on. Here we go. Zoom pedal. And if you're a practitioner, you get a discount on this. So you can use it. You can get a Zoom. Hold on, right here. Okay, it's right here. So if you want to get the Zoom paddle, you can scroll. You can just scan this QR code. Oh yeah, okay, it's in there. It's in there. It's in there already. Okay, I'm an idiot. I didn't see it. It's in the. Thank you, Zach. So it's right there if you want to get that. Okay. Hey, Cameron Rush, are the Aura well machines suitable for 230-volt power? I don't want to rent out machines with the step-down transformer, another piece of equipment to be lost. Janet, we have I know you don't want to. Okay, first of all, yes, we can build you machines that are the 220, 230 power. No problem. So you just need to specify when ordering an Aura Wave or Nova HD that you want that power, and then you could get it in that power. Okay. I recommend getting our battery pack. We have these battery packs that come with the Spiro and all it runs for about 4.5 hours. And you can charge it. It has the adapter, so you could charge it on any power, the battery pack, and then run the machines from that battery pack. That instead of getting, but that's just me. What was the name again? It cut out when you answered me. Oh, it's under leasing specialists. Um, yeah, here we go. Yes, I have purchased a virtual ticket. However, I will be at work. I'm going to make this so big on the website. Every single video is available for replay for about 6 weeks afterwards. So you, Sheila, if you don't want to watch it at all that weekend or that week, you can watch it that night or you could watch it next week, whatever. But getting the ticket allows you all MagnaCon virtual tickets will be available for replay of every session. Looking forward to the day a bigger machine will be available in Europe. I'm working on it. It's going to be sooner than you think. Let's see. Jessica, I alternate between the Zoom paddle. There it is. If you want to work on a horse abscess, you got to have this. Zoom paddle and butterfly loop on the abscesses come out within a day now. It's amazing. It is by far the best, the least invasive abscess treatment I have ever seen on for anything. Now, I know you can put it soak in water. There's all these things. I have found that MagnaWave is the absolute greatest, least invasive, most comfortable option for horses if that have suffer from abscesses. And I will go down saying that forever because I've never found anything that comes close to the results as quickly as we do, as comfortably as we do. Let's see. Who here has a Julian duo? I don't know. Comment. Me? I got one. It's right there. It's right there. I love it. Let's see. All right, I'm going to get your all's questions. I'm going to go through my core values. Will the MagnaCon videos be edited when they move to the practitioner portal? Yes. Yeah, we'll cut them down, but not taking any information out, but maybe like the intros, some of the extra like space where we're taking mics, we cut them down, make it more efficient, add closed captioning and stuff. Now, some of the people, like and if something has changed, like for example, when they go up, if we've gotten FDA clearance on, or there's something that's changed, it will have to be updated to make sure that it reflects current status. I pulled many abscesses. I'd love to rent my machine to abscess cases. Girl, you can do that. You can do that. Just give them a plan, rent it for $250, tell them exactly what to do, and you're fine. It is Thursday evening. Okay, yes. Okay, so what's included in your ticket to MagnaCon? All right, let's just talk about that really quickly. All right. So, first of all, you could get all of your information that you need to know right here, magnacon.com. Go to the frequently asked questions page. It's fire. It's great. But let's talk a little bit about what's included. Your lunch is included on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Your dinner is included on Thursday. On Thursday night, we take you to Churchill Downs. Your ticket to Churchill Downs, your transportation to Churchill Downs, your transportation back from Churchill Downs, every single speaker, every single education opportunity, all the hands-on training, the party Friday night. Friday night we'll have hors d'oeuvres and an open bar and all these fun things Friday night. The cocktail hour Wednesday night, drinks and snacks during the day, each day. That's the basic ticket, okay? You do have to get your own hotel room, all right? And then there's a couple nights like Friday night, you'll get like a 2.5 hour break before the party. I recommend dinner on your own. And Wednesday night, dinner between the end of the event and the cocktail hour. There's about another 2 hours, dinner on your own. Breakfast is on your own in the mornings. Some people eat breakfast, some people don't. With the VIP, you add breakfast all 3 days are included. Extra snacks, extra drinks, you get special seating. You get the breakfast time, you get a special meal with the speakers and myself. That's like, if you ever see me disappear during MagnaCon, I go back to this other room and I sit down for a second, drink some water. That's where I'll be. That's the VIP room now, is where I go hang out when I need a break. So there is no real break, but I don't need a break. It'll just be where you can come and interact with me and the team. It's where snacks and drinks are. It's where your breakfast will be. It's where all the speakers will be breaking and doing their breaks at. You also get a special thing when you arrive. I'm not going to say any more than that. And then you get a full extra day on Saturday if you get VIP, where you will take a behind the scenes tour of the corporate facility here, which is 29,000 square feet of manufacturing space. I'm going to take you all the way through my factory and I'm going to show you how it works. I'm also going to sit down with you and answer questions. You're going to meet my MVP team, like my people who are helping run this. Like this team is they're the goats, and you're going to get to meet them. Then you're going to take a bus over to this might flip flop. I think Wi-Fi's first, but whatever. Then we're going to take you to Wi-Fi, and you're going to get through. There's we're going to tour that whole like 7,000 square foot facility, and you're going to get to see each stage of how I built my wellness club and how I have things interacting. You're going to get to meet with my team there and go through and answer questions, ask questions. It's going to be great. You're going to get to see all the modalities I'm using, talk about how I'm charging for them. And the goal here is to find people who not only want a little bit more of little bit more of a VIP experience, who doesn't like a saved seat in the front row of every speaker, but also people who are looking to expand their business, people who are excited about what we're doing here and they want to be a bigger part of it. They want to partner to help expand into Canada. They want to work on what can they do, what shows can they go to, how can they expand their sales and their outreach. They want to grow their own businesses. That's who I'm looking for. So if you're interested in doing VIP, get it. If you're interested in any of this, just get the virtual ticket. And we're going to be talking about hyperbaric, red light, different massages, compression therapy. We're going to be talking about stretches, yoga. We have a guy coming who's going to talk about the midline, vision. Guys, this is the research, the outreach, the partners. It's great. Let's see. Okay, so actually, if you already bought a ticket and you want to do VIP, when you go to the website, under tickets, there's already bought. You can just add it on. You just add it on. You just go and you just buy the VIP itself. If you haven't bought your ticket back, then you get I think it's like $1,400, but you're getting that's the ticket and everything and the VIP. It's $950 if you just add the VIP on. And I get it. To a lot of people, that's a lot of money. I understand. It's a lot of money to me, but it's not when you know that the value of what you're getting. You are getting an extra full day of education, as well as one-on-one time with my team, as well as breakfast every single day, as well as assigned seating, as well as a special thing I can't say, and as well as a behind the scenes tour of every like an open book of what this company is, how it's run, how I do things, and how you could fit into it. I think it's worth it. I know it's worth it. Give away a VIP ticket, Charmaine. Oh, that's a good idea. Heather, when's my next office hours? May 8th. May 8th at noon Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be live and I'm going to give away a VIP ticket at that. I'm writing this down. Today I'm going to give away a virtual because I gotta ask about the logistics. I gotta figure out the logistics about giving away a VIP. So you have to be attending May 8th at noon Eastern Standard if you want to win the VIP. That's a great idea. It's a great idea. Okay. Thank you, Corey. Okay. What time will the Saturday VIP end? 2:30. 2. My goal is to start the morning. We will probably go to Wi-Fi first. So that we can we'll have breakfast. We'll go to Wi-Fi probably about 9:30. I'm still working this out. I closed Wi-Fi for that day. And Saturday is by far, we're packed. We are open 7 to 7. It is bumper to bumper packed every single day over there. But 9:30, we'll probably you'll have breakfast at the hotel. Then we'll bring you to our corporate headquarters is like less than a mile down the road. So not a problem, but we'll still bus you down here. And then we'll take you to Wi-Fi and then we'll spend about maybe 2 hours there. And then we'll come back to Magnawave because Magnawave is much bigger and I have a big conference room. And then we'll have lunch here. So you'll meet the team, have lunch, explore everything, answer questions. We'll wrap up somewhere between noon and 2. Charmaine, I am so motivated to do more rentals. trying to figure out what time to fly home. Girl, fly home anytime after 2. If you have to leave a little bit early, you won't miss anything. I made the choice to do it. I get more than my investment for every dollar I put into my business. That's right. Preach. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's talk about core values before I have to wrap it up. So, core values for all 3 companies is loud, and I'm going to read you what loud stands for because everybody calls me loud, so I figured we'll just use it, you know? We'll take what everybody says and make it good. All right, so L is listen and lead. So seek to understand before reacting, listen to team members and customers with intent, use information gathered to take action. Do not wait for directions once clarity is established. Expectation, listening leads to leadership. Once you understand, you're expected to act. I am a big supporter of the idea that you can um, everybody should be able to make decisions within this business and they know their role and they know what's best. If they understand the core values and I give them the ability to make those decisions and they're executing towards the goal, it works out, man. You got to let people, you've got to get out of your own way sometimes and let your team work. Um, oh, for loud, one team, one mission. Operate as a unified team across all roles and departments. Eliminate silos and not my job thinking. That is the most I don't know. You just don't fit if that's something you say. Make decisions on what is best for the company as a whole. Don't just think about this is what's best for my department. Is it going to like screw shipping? Is it going to hurt the education department? Like we've got to make decisions that work best for the company. Support teammates in achieving shared goals. We win and lose as a team. Individual priorities do not override company priorities. And this has happened, you all, as the company has grown. Like people sometimes we have to make changes and they don't understand why. But then when and it maybe it hurts one person within the business, like, well, now I have to do more. I have to put things in 2 different places or whatever. But when we go back and usually when we explain why, they realize it. So my internal core values is trying to do my best to understand the why behind everything. Okay, now this one's a little bit not the same, but it's you. So we've done L, listen and lead. O, one team, one mission. Now we're at U, and this is understand and you own. Okay, I understand that own starts with an O, but we're pretending like it doesn't. Understand and own. Ensure full understanding of expectation before acting. Ask questions to clarify, not to delay. Take full ownership of outcomes, and do not shift blame or wait for repeated direction. Um, I think one of the things that drives me nuts just in life is I used to do this and I'm really working. And I'm saying this out loud, you guys, not because I mastered it, but because I need to hear it myself and remind myself. But one of the things that I struggled with for a long time was like this victim mindset. And this was, years ago. But sometimes it is whenever you wake up and you're like, well, I'm not doing the best that I want to do because so and so isn't letting me, or I'm not making the money I want to make because my area is saturated with machines, or I'm not growing the way I want to because I don't have support from this person. You guys, all of that is in your head. Like the more that I realize that every outcome is me, the reason that I feel that way or the narrative I've told myself is what's holding me back, and understanding and owning my part in things has changed my life. It really has. And then the final D is driven and dynamic. Maintain a high level of urgency and energy. I don't know where we got that from. Take initiative and move work forward without prompting. Focus on solutions rather than problems. I like want to tattoo that on my arm, like right here. And continuously look for ways to improve. We operate with speed, adaptability, and a bias towards action. So many people, and you guys, I want you to think about this. I want you to take this little nugget and really think and marinate on this tonight. Are you more worried about how to get somewhere than getting there? Like if you are working on what the process is going to be for something instead of just starting it, that's a problem. And that people do that all the time. They'll be like, okay, to get this done, we are going to have somebody do this, somebody do this, somebody do this, somebody do this. And a lot of times it's like, well, why don't we just start with step 1? Why don't we just like draw out the product we want instead of worrying about how we are going to design it. Let's stop worrying about the process and just get started because we get in our own way, you all. We get in our own way all the time. So these are Magnawave, Wi-Fi, and Orwell's core values, and we're loud. And it's more about having them understand that I am empowering them to make decisions. I'm empowering them to do what's best for the business, but also do what's best in their department, communicate, understand, own results, and work together. This allows my team to feel confident to make decisions. So be loud, listen, lead, learn. Take the business starter course. Take it. It's free. It's free right now. I can't wait for you guys to see the new education program. Like, it's so good. Some of you might have already been started. We beta testing it right now. You guys, it's so good. And we baked in the marketing content and like how to grow your business in. It's so good. Chef's kiss. Yes, and that is me. I get in my own way. I just got to do it. Just start. What I like to do is break something that's really big down to like, what can I do today? And I write where I want to be. And then I break it down into like, okay, in order to get there in 3 months, I need to have this part of it done. If it's, I want to open a business in 3 months, I need to know how much space I need in 3 months. If I want to open a new business in a year, by the 3 month mark, I need to know how much space I need, what's going in it, and what area of town I want to be in. So each day I do research just to get to that goal, and then it feels so good to get there. Be loud, girl. That's what I'm talking about, Tiffany. I mean, you want me to email this out or something? You guys want this? You want this? Yeah, okay. Okay, what we'll do is I'll post it in the media library if that would be beneficial for practitioners. So if you go into the portal, there's a media library. If you click there, I'll add it tomorrow. So tomorrow you'll be able to download the loud core values yourself. You know, maybe it'll help you, inspire you to write your own, you know? Okay. Yes, Jessica says if you're having issues creating core values, you can always ask ChatGPT and it'll help you create some. I'm going to replace the word ChatGPT with Claude. Please use Claude. When does the sale end? Here's what we got. Right now, if you purchase any Magnawave, meaning any of these machines, any machine that you want, okay? Or an Orwave from Orwell. That's this unit, okay? Feels in strength similar to the Semi 10. If you are interested, you get this $8,160 machine for free. And this ends May 3rd. You guys, that's next Sunday. So here's the deal. If you are interested in this sale, this is what I need you to do. And I'm going to put it up right now. I need you to text this number today. I need you to text this number or your product specialist. If you get your quote for this sale and you go to the bank and if you're trying to get financing, fine. You have to have your quote, accept your quote by May 3rd and be in the works for financing. And then you'll have an extra 7 days to get that paid off. And I know Clay's about to kill me for saying that, but you need to get a quote in. Then you can go to, because a lot of times financing takes a little bit longer than like a few days. So if you're getting financing from your bank or one of our you just have to be in the process of doing that. And I've started it, and then you'll have an extra couple days to work with our team. If you communicate, guys, we got you. But you either need to have a quote, have a rental, or purchase a machine by EOD, so end of day, May 3rd, Sunday, May 3rd. That is the day after the Kentucky Derby. So we're calling it the Winter Circle Sale. Buy any machine that's over $10,000 retail, and you can get a Nova HD for free. We are updating our map. Okay, so Aura and Magnawave are getting all new maps. And if you get this, you get to be on both maps. You get to be on Orwell's map. Okay, so this is such a great experience. This is such a great way for anybody who wants to add to their business. If I were you, and let's say I'm happy with my machines, but I'm hearing me talk and they're like, right now, I would go add get a quote for an Aura Wave if you're wanting to work with humans, or you are working with humans and you don't have a human machine yet. Get a quote for an Aura Wave, okay, with the Nova HD added on, and buy a ticket to virtual MagnaCon. Okay, so not only are you going to get 2 machines for the price of one, but you're also going to get a MagnaCon ticket. I want you to add that in there. Get a MagnaCon ticket, virtual MagnaCon ticket. You got to pay for it. But when you get that, okay, you're going to be coached through the best ways to grow your business with these 2 machines in June. Okay, text this number, ask this number anything you want, or reach out to your product specialist. If you don't know who your product specialist is, you can text this number and ask them, hey, my name is so-and-so. Who is my product specialist? They will connect you. If you have a client care management person, if you have a client care person, you can text them. Pretty much you can call or text anybody, send a carrier pitch in, go to magnawavepmf.com, fill out any form on there and say, I want a deal. Anywhere that you connect with us, magnawavepmf.com. You go to MagnaCon's website, but just text 1-502-706-7221. Okay, let's give away something. Okay, Mary Beth, that's so great. I'm glad you're going to chiropractic school. I don't know, Kate. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to try to understand that when you and I talk on the phone. Okay, I got to get off the phone. I think I'm supposed to be talking to Kate right now. Ends May 3rd. How long am I running the sale? May 3rd. Who's Claude? Claude is AI from Anthropic, I think, or AI instead of ChatGPT. I prefer Claude. All the research I've done is Claude is better. My team prefers Claude. We were all on ChatGPT. Everybody switched to Claude. Claude is an AI, and I highly recommend it over ChatGPT. Okay, so and I'd be worried because ChatGPT, there's been a lot of talk about them sharing data with just like your data and using your data, and I'm not comfortable with the way they're using data. So if I were you, I would switch to Claude. 1000%. And I would make sure that you go into the settings and turn off. If you go into settings, it's how they share your data, even in Claude, especially in ChatGPT. Don't make your questions searchable on the internet. Okay. All right. I got to get out of here. Giveaway time. All right. Oh, 2:30. 2:30. Good, Kate. That's great. So I'm going to give away. So here's your choice. You can either. How should I do this? All right, so this is a bucket of fun. This is a MagnaWave bucket. It's a great bucket because it's not big like the big buckets or too small. It's a perfect size bucket. At least that's what I say. Inside, we have the video booklets. Okay, if you don't have a video booklet, what are we doing with ourselves, friends? We created this because it's the excellent way to drop off information to somebody and then come back and see them again because it plays videos. It's got machines. It comes preloaded, but you can change it to whatever you want. We also have video booklets for Orwell as well. If you'd like to get one of those, you can text that number, and we will have your product specialist or CCM reach out and get you a quote for that. But this is included. This is a $350 value. This is amazing, and we're going to talk a lot about using this for the psychology of buying whenever we do the class, MagnaCon. You get this amazing water bottle. These flare strips for equine that have the logo. What's this? Charger, stickers, Woolly Wellness. This little piggy got MagnaWaved. God, I love that one. Okay. And a shirt. And whoever the winner is today, I'm going to give away with this bucket a virtual MagnaCon ticket. So this bucket is already, this prize is over $500. I want an Orwell video booklet. Angel says. Clay, somebody call Angel. Jen needs an Orwell one. Holly wants, I would love more Orwell items. Guys, all the Orwell stuff is going to be at MagnaCon. We're going to have shirts, hats, so many cool things, bags, everything Orwell. So if you attend virtually or in person, you can rewatch all of the things later, but you also, all of the presentations later, but you also have access. There's an online shop. You'll be able to buy all the stuff that's for sale at MagnaCon if you do virtual. Where do we get MagnaCon merch to buy on the website? Nadine, okay, when you buy MagnaCon tickets, you will be prompted about a month out to download the mobile app, and then you will be able to purchase everything from that mobile app during the event. I lost you. Oh no, thunderstorms. Okay. Are any of these things available to buy on the website? Ashley, in the practitioner portal, there's a swag shop and everything's available in the swag shop. Okay. The video booklets are available in the portal. The shirts, everything's available in the swag shop. Hello, Roger in Iowa. Woo, Orwell. Okay, Della, I don't know what you asked. You asked questions. Della says she asked questions and I didn't see them. I didn't see them, Della. I've tried to ask, but there's a lot going on. Della, I'm looking. I don't see him. Yes, Hazel Reed, I see your question about your granddaughter. It will absolutely help. Put the hydrowave spray, but girl, you need to get some of that wart remover stuff and then put some of that wart remover on there and then let it sit. Clean it when it comes off with the hydrowave and red light it. MW machines, Charmaine, MagnaWave machines are eligible for this sale. Della. All I can see is when Della's saying, how come my questions aren't getting through? And I don't know why, baby. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not. This is a good one. There's a good one. Paige Price. And he's running like nothing happened. Barrel Horse that degloved his leg. So. Guys, I don't see Della's questions. I'm trying to find them before we go. Okay, Della, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what you asked. All I can see is that you didn't ask. Sometimes the questions, because when you guys post, it like moves up for me like really quickly. So like I try to go back and then sometimes I get a little bit. What about lip balm, girl? It's on yes, lots of lip balm at MagnaCon. Is the mobile app Huva? Yes, it is. And when it goes live, it'll be pushed out. Okay, Della wrote this. Where are everyone's questions going? Feel very invisible here. Ask like 4 questions and crickets. I don't see any of your questions, Della. When I scroll up, the only other thing I see from you is none of my questions are getting answered. I'm so sorry, baby. Here, if you want to email education, all of those questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. I'm sorry. I don't know why your questions aren't coming through. Everybody else's are. All right. Della asked about MagnaCon on Wednesday on the plane. If I can watch on the plane on Wednesday. Yeah, you can watch it live. First of all, I don't know if your airplane's going to have Wi-Fi, but yeah, if you're coming to MagnaCon, you're not going to be here Wednesday. You're going to be here Thursday and Friday, I'm assuming. Wednesday, super easy. If you pay for the Wi-Fi, you can watch it, girl. Oh, she's posting from the Energy Exchange page and Facebook. Until I get like 500 followers or something, it's not going to let me see those comments. Also about the FDA clearance and a green light to work in nursing home. Yeah, Della, you got the green light, girl. Go. Skilled nursing facilities. If you have an Aura Wave device or a Nova HD, you can go and you have access to the media library for Aura. There's lots of information in there. You just can go talk to them. It's totally safe for them to use within their facility. So yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I got us to stop doing sessions because they didn't know about the machine. Della. Yeah, okay. So did you have an Aura device? If you've had an Aura device and you went in, yeah, it's safe. You need to have the right insurance, but you could go in there. It's a class 2 over-the-counter device for inflammation reduction. And it's just like a massage gun, technically, like anybody can use it. So you could say that to them. But what I'd be really happy for you to do is reach out to education and get a call scheduled. If you'd like, I'd be happy to jump on a call with you and the facility manager and help explain it. How does the Nova HD compare to the Simi 10? Janet, it is about like 1,000 Gauss less. So it's closer to the Spiro. Yes, Ashley. Would it be a bad idea to show my doctor my duo and let her feel it? I've already talked to a rep about it. I don't want her to be disappointed if I present my non-FDA cleared machine. Thoughts on that? Don't do it. Don't do it. Girl, go in there with the study, the prostate study. Go in there with the FDA clearance stuff. That's it. Like our team can send you some documents for you to go in there and talk to her about. And then you just go in and say, look, this is what I do for a living. This is the machines that I have access to. I work very closely with this company. And if you want, I'd be happy to connect you with somebody. This is amazing. And it's spreading all across the United States and Europe. And if you're interested, I'd love to connect you. And she needs to just talk to us and we need to get her a loaner. Medical professionals can get a 30-day trial. So she can get a 30-day trial and she can use the machine for 30 days and work with you. You can help her, but she probably needs an Aura Wave, or you get an Aura Wave and you take that. Don't take the big machine in there and talk to her because, first of all, it looks different. It doesn't look nice for like a medical professional place. It's not meant for that. It's utilitarian. And she's going to use that. It's going to feel different. It's not going to feel the same when she gets the Aura Wave. So I would prefer that you take an Aura Wave or a Nova HD in there, or go in there with the conversation about it and say, if you want to try, I'd be happy to have one sent to you for a 30-day trial. I posted the link in the comments, but all you have to do is go to Google and search Aura Wellness prostate study. It is, just Google it, guys. Any question, I want to say this with love, okay? Hold my hand while I'm saying this to you all. Hold my hand. Y'all need to use Google, okay? I love y'all, but y'all got to Google things. People all the time are saying, I need to find the dairy study. If you Google MagnaWave dairy study, it's on all sorts of websites, okay? You don't need it just from me. Oral Wellness study, prostate study. It's all over the internet. You find the link that you like the best. Google it. Google it. I actually don't ask a question until I Google it. I just posted it again. There's 35 comments on the energy exchange page. Guys, here, please go to this page and follow it so that the comments show up. Could you all go? Oh, that's not it. This one. Go here. This is if you want to see this podcast. You want to see the podcast. But will you please go? Will you all do this for me? Please go follow this. The comments aren't showing up because the page doesn't have enough people. Okay. Hold on. This is great. Apparently, there's a rumor going around that repackaged here and sold. Anything you have to show that they are in fact made here in America to show people. They were looking for opinions for Pulse First MW. Do you want me to like stand up and go into the manufacturing facility right now? Like, what do you mean? You guys. They're made in the United States. I make them right here, like right there. I'll shoot a video today. I'll walk through the manufacturing today and post it. And you guys can share that. Every single machine is made in Kentucky. Okay. I also have a what's called contract manufacturing, and I contract with a facility in California and in Belgium. Okay, so that's 3 different facilities that manufacture. The only one in Belgium is just for repairs in Europe. They don't make anything. They just repair machines. I have contract manufacturing that can make machines and can repair machines in California, completely separate from the company I used to work with in California. Totally different city, totally different county, totally different area of California. Okay, not the same, just happens to be in the giant state of California. And then I have this one. The reason that I contract manufacturer was because these are the best of the best of medical device manufacturing facilities. And the reason that I have them is any good manufacturer knows you need to have variety in your vendors and you need to be able to scale fast. So the way that I could scale fast and make sure that, let's say something were to happen at my facility in Kentucky and I couldn't build machines, I have backup places that could help so that you guys don't go without and that you can take care of your stuff. That's it. I don't know who's starting that rumor, but that's a damn lie. MagnaWave makes everything in the United States. We design and manufacture everything in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'd like them to say it to my face. Okay, that's enough. I got too upset about that one. I take offense to that rumor, Eric. Eric takes offense because he works here. He builds the Maya Pro. He hand wires the machines. And I am not telling him to say this. Thank you, Eric. You guys, he works here, he builds the machines with us. And it's offensive because these people, the team here works hard and we build the most reliable machines in the world, and we care about you all and we want this to work and we want people to feel better. Brianna, the California facility only recalibrates digital equipment. It only works on digital equipment. Because the Eric and his team and all of the floor here, we build all of the um uh analog machines in Kentucky. USA made. Louder for the people in the back. Yeah, tell whatever cared to call me and say it to my face because it's not. And I don't know. The FDA registration says we're made in America for Orwell. Um, if I get to Kentucky, do you give practitioners a tour? Yes, that's what the VIP is for MagnaCon. MagnaCon is going to be a full tour. If you come here for hands-on training, if you email education@magnawavepmf.com, uh, okay, sorry, I got distracted. If you go to education, email education@mwpmf.com, or hold on, I'm going to put this phone number up, or this phone number right here. If you want to text that number, we do hands-on training on on Fridays in the spring, summer, and fall. You will meet here at corporate headquarters. You will get to go to one of our facilities within the city where we work on horses. We will also bring you back here and do human and small animal. We'll talk about marketing. You'll spend the day with us. You'll have lunch with us. You'll get to see the whole facility. Open book, you guys. Open book, and I would be happy. I'll shoot a video if you guys want to. Walking through the facility. Nothing is repurposed in China or made in China and then repurposed in the United States. We're not Apple. Okay, that was a low blow for Apple. Yeah, they're built here and sent out in order. We have an amazing manufacturing team. We do. We have the best manufacturing team. They are always making improvements. They figured out, they listen to you guys. They're learning, they're growing. They're always coming up with even better ideas than I've ever imagined. This team is incredible. These people really do care about what they do here, and they know that they're affecting your all's lives. And they know that they're building something incredible. So like that, I mean, I'm insulted. Come see Carson for hands-on. She's the best. You all, Carson, Tanner, she's amazing. She's at education. She does the absolute best hands-on training. Please, education@mwpmf.com. Lori says, I've been in the back. It's real. Yes, we are real. And I get it. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not right now with AI. So, like, come to MagnaCon, buy the virtual ticket, whatever. We are real. We are people. If you chat in on my website, you're going to speak to a person. If you message into my social media, you're going to speak to a person. We employ people who live in the United States, and I have no intention of ever changing that. Is there really no difference between analog and digital? The practitioner I met felt like the analog was more efficient than digital. Also, will there be machine price like the Soul Pro in Europe at any point? I'd love to have a medium priced one. Yes, there will be a larger machine in the future. We're working with the EU to get the machine into Europe. Number two, whatever practitioner you spoke to, all right? The analog machine and the digital machines are just as effective. Every study I've ever done has shown that it doesn't matter the way that the energy is delivered, it works. Okay? Results are the same across the board. The prostate study that we did that showed a 27% decrease in the size of the prostate was done with a digital device, specifically the one we're giving away for free right now. Second of all, the Semi 10 machine is just as effective as any analog machine device. And yeah, every single clinical trial that you've ever seen done is done with a digital device. The reason that practitioner feels that way is because the way the analog feels different than the digital. But that does not affect the results and the energy and the body's functionality. And there's no required maintenance on digital machines. That's why it's great for Europe. There's no required maintenance. I would hands down choose I like digital, I like analog. If you live in the United States, you get to pick between the way that you feel, the way it feels, if you like one or the other, but no, when it comes to the effect that's having on the body, there is no difference. Okay. Anyone else here in Northern Ireland? Your voice is gone. I know I'm losing it. I got to get off. All right, guys. I'm supposed to be on the phone with Kate. I'm going to call you in just a second, Kate. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Oh, I need a winner. I got one, didn't I? Did I give one away already? Oh, here we go. Oh, we're doing two. We're doing two winners. So we're going to do a MagnaCon. So we're going to have to do two buckets because I said you get the bucket and the ticket. So here we go. The ticket, the MagnaCon ticket winner and bucket winner is Marie Hardy. Yay! Marie Hardy, you get a ticket to MagnaCon virtual and you get a really cool bucket of prizes. And our second winner is Tammy Shockley. Yay, Tammy, you get a bucket and you get a virtual ticket. Now, if you already have a ticket, I'm not giving you a refund. I'm giving you another one to give out to somebody else, to share with a friend or a family member or whoever else, your veterinarian, your doctor. Great way for you to get a doctor interested would be to give them a virtual ticket. Congratulations, Tammy. Congratulations, Marie. I appreciate you guys being here. Please join me May 8th, noon Eastern Standard Time. I'm giving away a VIP ticket to MagnaCon. That's a $1,400 value. And I'm going to be answering all MagnaCon questions. I'm also going to talk about speakers, education, go real deep dive into everything MagnaCon. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope you have the most beautiful weekends ever, ever, ever. And if you won, if you are Marie, winners, please reach out to mwprizes at magnawaypmf.com. MWPRZES at magnawaypmf.com. Your name and what date you won. Just your name and I won the bucket and the virtual ticket. That way we have the correct information to send you your virtual ticket and your bucket. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Please go follow the Energy Exchange on Facebook so that we can get that page up. We pick people to win by commenting. And then what happens is the marketing team picks a number and then they go down the list of our comments and they pick the winner based on that number. So it's completely random. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. And I'll see you May 8th, if not sooner, because I probably will go